Did you know your brain is already operating at 100% right now? For decades, myths about unused potential have fooled everyone, making us think we're far below our true capacity. What if everything you've been told about your brain was wrong? For decades, we've been haunted by the idea that we're only using a fraction of our mental capacity, 10%, maybe 20% at best. The rest, supposedly dormant, waiting to be unleashed like a superpower. Hollywood has cashed in on this idea. Movies like Limitless and Lucy seduced us with the fantasy of unlocking hidden intelligence, of becoming gods overnight. But here's the incredible truth. Neuroscience shows we already use 100% of our brain. Every moment. Every day. So the real mystery isn't about unused brain power. It's about how we understand our minds, and what potential still hides in plain sight. Because if the brain is already fully active, then the frontier of human potential doesn't lie in some secret neural vault. It lies in philosophy, in consciousness, in how we choose to think. And that's the truth they never told you. Let's start with the myth itself. The 10% claim is surprisingly recent. Early 20th century psychologists like William James mused that most people fail to realize their mental potential. A subtle idea meant to inspire self-improvement was slowly misinterpreted into the catchy claim that we literally use only a sliver of our brains. Self-help authors loved it. It was a marketing goldmine. And by the time Hollywood picked it up, the 10% myth became a cultural dogma. Audiences wanted to believe that genius, memory, even psychic abilities were locked away in their own skulls. But modern neuroscience tells a different story. Brain imaging shows that every part of the brain has a role, whether in language, vision, emotions, or motor control. Even in sleep or deep rest, the brain doesn't shut down. It replays memories, consolidates learning, and regulates vital systems. If you truly used only 10% of your brain, the rest would wither away like an unused muscle, yet it doesn't. Why? Because it's working, all of it, all the time. So if we're already using 100% of our brains, then why don't we feel limitless? Why do so many of us live on autopilot, repeating routines, unable to break cycles of distraction or mediocrity? Here's the twist. Using your entire brain doesn't mean you're using it well. Imagine a supercomputer crunching random numbers. It's busy, but pointless. Likewise, the human brain may be fully active, but that doesn't guarantee insight, creativity, or wisdom. This is where philosophy reframes the debate. The real question isn't about tapping into unused brain regions. It's about directing the power we already have. What does it mean to think well? To live consciously? To not just process reality, but to shape it? Unlocking your brain, then, isn't about adding horsepower. It's about steering. It's about shifting from mindless processing to meaningful existence. So how do we actually harness the full power of our brain? Simple habits make a huge difference. Mindfulness and meditation. Training attention rewires your neural pathways. Deep learning and curiosity. Studying and practicing skills strengthens connections across the brain. Lifestyle choices, sleep, exercise, and nutrition fuel cognitive performance. Intentional reflection. Journaling or pausing to think helps you direct your 100% effectively. These aren't magic tricks. They're ways of steering the brain you already have. Philosophers and mystics have long understood what neuroscience is only beginning to confirm, that the mind is more than information processing. Consciousness is not about how much of the brain you use, but how deeply you inhabit it. Think of the Stoics, who taught that wisdom lies not in controlling the world, but in mastering one's perceptions. Or consider the Buddhists, who for centuries explored the mind through meditation, showing that attention itself can be trained. In both traditions, unlocking the mind never meant discovering a new brain lobe. It meant cultivating awareness, clarity, and freedom. And here's where modern science meets ancient insight. Studies show meditation reshapes neural pathways. Creative practice literally forges new connections. Flow states. Those moments where athletes, artists, and thinkers lose track of time, activate networks across the brain in harmony. In short, what we call unlocking potential is really the art of rewiring and refining the 100% we already have. So the hidden potential isn't more brain power, it's more presence, it's more awareness, it's more deliberate use of the incredible machinery you've always had. History gives us vivid examples of full brain usage, Leonardo da Vinci merged art, science, and engineering seamlessly. Einstein visualized complex concepts in ways most of us can barely imagine. Stoic philosophers mastered perception and emotion, while Buddhist monks trained their attention for decades. These examples show that unlocking the brain isn't about secret neurons. It's about how you think, integrate knowledge, and live intentionally. And this brings us to today. In 2025, you're surrounded by endless stimuli. Notifications, AI assistants, infinite content, all fighting for your limited attention. The danger isn't that we lack brain power. It's that our brain power is scattered, hijacked, and commodified. Unlocking 100% of your brain in this world isn't about plugging into a hidden reservoir of genius. It's about reclaiming control of your mind from the noise. It's about resisting the seduction of shallow thinking and returning to depth. Imagine if instead of skimming headlines, you read deeply. Instead of reacting instantly, you reflected. Instead of chasing dopamine hits, you cultivated meaning. Your brain already works at full capacity. But when directed with intention, it becomes not just a survival tool, but a gateway to wisdom. And perhaps this is the truth no one wants to tell you. It's not glamorous. It's not cinematic. It's not a magic pill. The power of your brain doesn't lie in untapped neurons. It lies in your choices. That's far more terrifying and far more liberating. Take a moment to reflect. Your daily choices, your attention, your habits, your thoughts shape how your 100% brain functions. True unlocking isn't a single trick. It's a lifelong practice of conscious engagement with your mind. Every decision, every focus is a step toward using your brain fully and deliberately. Think about your own life for a moment. How often do you let distractions, habits, or routines run your mind? Each day presents a choice: to react automatically or to consciously engage your thoughts, your emotions, your attention. The more you choose deliberate focus, the more your full brain works for you. Not just for survival, but for creativity, insight, and fulfillment. If this perspective changed the way you think about your mind, leave a comment below. How will you unlock your own brain? Share your experiences, your experiments, or even your doubts. And if you want to explore more ways to enhance your thinking, check out the next video in this series on brain optimization techniques. So the next time you hear someone say, "You only use 10% of your brain," smile and remember, you're already using all of it. The real frontier isn't hidden neurons. It's you, your mind, your awareness, the way you choose to live. 100% isn't about becoming superhuman. It's about becoming fully human. The question remains, how will you unlock yours? Imagine a future where everyone learns to direct their mind with intention, where curiosity, creativity, and conscious thought are the norm. What could humanity achieve if we all tapped into the full potential of our minds? This isn't science fiction. It's the philosophical frontier of our time. It starts with the choices we make today. Here's a challenge. For the next week, try to observe how you use your mind. Notice when you drift into autopilot. Then pause, breathe, and redirect your attention intentionally. Track the moments when you're fully present, fully thinking, fully aware. By the end of the week, you may begin to see your 100% brain in action and the impact it can have on your life.